Alright. Cool. Nah, dog, I ain't going. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. Cool, man. Everything cool. You cool? Yeah, I'm cool. Cool. I'm cool. Yeah, I'm cool. It's cool. We cool. It's cool. 99 expedition with the TVs in it. Keep the trees brought the only way I breathe in it. And two strikes living in the ninth inning. Smack over the gate, I hit the plate, now I'm grinning. Everybody on your team when they see you always winning, but you gotta watch the ones that win with you from the beginning. Sinning. Hope I got to give a young thug. Let me die in my sleeping to the head with a slug. I hit the plug. Women show love, a gang of hugs. Stand far from the ones that be y'all in the us. No does. Free admission, get us a live. Dilate the expedition bumps work, then I smell. In this game, head 90 new. So chill now. Right quiet, I'm studying for real well. In the third look, ain't you keep it, tell them yeah. Now the pills on the floor, so I gotta watch my step. Cool. Alright, cool. You cool? Cool. I'm cool. Alright, cool. You cool? Cool. I can keep sneaking, freaking, but I'm cool. Tell you what you think, but I'm cool. Before I tell them skill, it's gonna choke down. Cool. Alright, cool. When I step through, they say, Sneak, that's you. I say, nah, baby girl, I freak you too. So, grabbing my bone, I want the pink. Now your panties all moist, gonna throw them in the sink. I'm hot, 10, roll like 10 minks, bro. This is so much, you got the paper, I got the ink. She writing the number until I send a pink. Fight broke out, and everybody in the street. Why can't we just get along and make ends meet? Then I thought, not forget it, start hollering at a freak. I pulled to the side of my ride, she saw the link with a piece dangling off and in the red cake snake. Baby said, that's you, the time she was there. As I broke down the weed, started sucking on the stem. I said, shh, give it on the low, and hit the shrimp. I'm trying to yell chin burn after breaking your limb. Fooling with a lightweight with the feather in my breath. Then I thought about it, man, it's way more gimps. But not to satisfy a high-tech fence. Wide off the grip, walking with a limp. But I'm cool. Alright, cool. You cool. What I'm cool. I can keep snaking and freaking, but I'm cool. I can tell you what you're thinking, but I'm cool. Looking for a 10 on the scale. If you're cool, then I'm cool. Alright, cool. All in the door, about 3 or 4 sets of keys. All I want is the money, so leave that honey for the bees. Counting hella cheese ain't a day, I don't smoke the trees. Gotta have my fix, only way I'm feeling at ease. Breeze through Jeff Freeze on Friday. I'm breaking the dress code, they doing what I say. Gangs make you run like a line of that ain't one gang. Look who's back, man, you know who like down the bay. Kick the haters out and let all of the players play. I can count on my fingers all the work that I knock a day. You gotta respect me when they see me, they make way. Surrounded by LG, we don't get down with the hate. California side on the east of the OAK. Been here for 6 months, Calgon can't take me away. Well, let them go through my wallets, ask me like, right after I beat them up, they beckon your boy to strike. But I'm cool. Alright, cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. Alright, cool. Alright, cool. I keep sneaking and freaking, but I'm cool. I can tell you what you thinking, but I'm cool. Looking for a 10 on the scale, if you're a 2, then I'm cool. Alright, cool. I'm cool. Alright, cool. You cool. It's cool. Alright, it's cool. I'm cool. Alright, cool. It's cool. Y'all cool? Tell you what you thinking, alright, cool.
This is more than just a portrait of my cerebral cortex. It's a mural of my devotion. Took a couple years to develop my instinct. Now I'm hunting every sin through the carcass at your doorstep. They give me an inch, bet I'm taking 40 acres for my kingdom and tell them it was a cinch like a corset. Funny part is the same people died on my drive headed for my lane. Ain't that shit ironic, Mrs. Morrison? They don't know I've been through it. Probably why my influence hit them hard, leave them struggling with the emotions. And if every tear I cried was measured or verified, y'all would be treading water in my azure ocean. So I chop in portion, need to march was memorizing the sound bites and y'all consider digest every morsel. I want every gem I drop to engage him, so I act y'all consider the submission a proposal.
I've been banging on these doors, I'm about to kick them down. We've been trotting on this long and lonely road. So long, it's time I finally get my victory now. Oh no, they can't deny my scent no more. Oh no.
Just like my confessional, the way I release these feelings. I don't trust a lot of folk and they only preach as killers. Maybe I'm a bit elitist, but my ink is peerless. Want my thesis chiseled on the stone reliefs in Venice. My goodness, I'm a real strong contender in this. They tried to count me out, but I'm the sum of all fears, extenders endless. Family members got their freedom through amendments in this industry. Stood out my constitution for penance sentence. What a shock, got a gift, out of gap, and my nap for the glyphs. Got them grit, been a bag, jib relax, no a dick, shit the tips, all the cash, spit the hacks, on the wax, get my fix for the bread. Every strand of my DNA branded champion, call it vanity, all of my candidates handsome. Indie man, cause I made all my tragedies anthems. Put the plan in the motion and vanish, phantom.
Been banging on these doors, I'm about to kick them down. Trodden on this long and lonely road. So long it's time I finally get my victory now. Oh no, they can't deny my stand no more. Oh no.
I never lied, I'm a certified god of this. Try and refute it, verse immaculate regardless. And every audio release, I'm omitting his ear piercing. Send my point of view straight through your cartilage. My boss is Carterage, Temple of Carnickville. Your faves could never, they don't have the stones to spar with sis. They used to verses by the cat, well I'm a spawn of Black Panthers. Rip through any track, leave every letter scarlet. Ashanti Gold Coast embedded in my scrolls. Broken English, a residue of transatlantic cargo ships. Got a dark past, won't ever see the light, cause they dying to crucify me for a modern day Ascarius. Compromised out in the card, they drawing a blank. Cause I'm so cutting edge, and all these impostors of the brain. My vision changed my career, may cost you yours on the blank. Cause I'm the rock last one from out the warrior rank.
I've been banging on these doors, I'm about to kick them down. Trodden on this long and lonely road. Oh yeah, so long it's time I finally get my victory now. Oh no, they can't deny my strength no more, no more. Hey, through the fire, through the rain, east, some retire, we still remain, yeah, we're rising higher. Build we name, yeah, call the choir, make we sing the praises to highly high. The king so great, Jah give me life, we can keep the fame, and them hype now.
Yeah, haha, that nigga dance. You know we doing shit for life, nigga. For LIFE all day, 8 day. DPGC, LBC. You already know, nigga. Strap up. Nigga rider, get rolled on. Out of line, get stole on. Shots rang out. Everybody better keep going. Back up on my G shit, nigga, like I never left though. We the West, the West Coast show. Long Beach bully, we the West hoodie. Diggy gas chain, automatics keep them fully. Low lows bouncing, banging Roger Trout. More bounce to the ounce, know what I'm talking about. Good green, nothing less they say gas, you crazy. OG, low key, everybody know me. All eyes on me, Tupac like. Been a cold nigga with the beast, the type dot like. Never forget where you come from or who you ride with. Same nigga you ride with, same nigga you die with. Follow the rules of the coke and duck to construct. Wrong situation, niggas got you catching bad luck. I'm on a mission of money, I gotta get it. This shit I'm really living, you tripping, you in the missing. Hey, in my Impala, I let them things holler. This is DPG, nigga for LIFE. Hey, I'm on a mission of money, I gotta get it. This shit I'm really living, you tripping, you in the missing. Hey, in my Impala, I let them things holler. This is DPG, nigga for LIFE. Hey, don't make the wrong turn when you come to my coast. Be the seed up, we do it the most. This is where I'm from, nigga, so you know I kick my feet out. Dog pound gangsters, nigga, I'm strictly G.I. Shots from long range, the laws be looking strange. I stay above it all, I be doing the damn thing. Told you once before, I be all in my own lane. Got you niggas feeling like you smoking that cocaine. It's something a lot of suckers do, so I stay strapped up for your punk ass crew. Get your mind right, limelight, got you fucked up, don't it? Product ain't no good nigga and don't nobody want it, nigga. Pound for pound, I'm the best nigga around here. Success story, nigga, my mom's had to shed a tear. Best who ever did it at the pound jack, dance. Y'all niggas better fall back. I'm on a mission of money, I gotta get it. This shit I'm really living, you tripping, you in the missing. Hey, in my Impala, I let them things holler. This is DPG, nigga for LIFE. Hey, I'm on a mission of money, I gotta get it. This shit I'm really living, you tripping, you in the missing. Hey, in my Impala, I let them things holler. This is DPG, nigga for LIFE. Bang, bang, where you from? When you up in that club scene, I be walking like a G with my thugs all behind me. Yo, bitch wanna follow me, maybe wanna swallow me. I tell her take my number, ho, and then you just can call on me. This is just the life I'm living, money that I'm always spending. Black Sonny still spinning, rap gang still pimping, still public enemy. This is just the life I lead, only on the left side of motherfucking real G. 100 ways smelling like brand new money. I work hard, that another nigga take it off from me. You can eat dog shit, cause I'm so gangster. A legend in my lifetime, writing these dope rhymes, cooking up crap cat. Addicted to this dope shit, now everybody running back. Work with the best of them, shook all the rest of them. No heart, testing them. West Coast, the best of them. I'm on a mission of money, I gotta get it. This street shit, I really living. You tripping, you in the missing. Hey, in my Impala, I let them things holler. This is DPG, nigga for LIFE. Hey, I'm on a mission of money, I gotta get it. The street shit, I'm really living. You tripping, you in the missing. Hey, in my Impala, I let them things holler. This is DPG, nigga for LIFE. Hey, yeah, nigga, you know we stay on a motherfucking mission, nigga. 24 hours, 365 days, a motherfucking year, nigga. You know how we do this, nigga. Count that up for the last past dub, nigga. Yeah. Shout out to all the real niggas out here. Keep your hustle, your grind. Every day, all the time. Woo!
We ain't got no time for no fingers, dog. They got to go, man. They got to fucking go.
Okay, I am back. Peace in the LBC and good evening to all. What time is it? It's like, damn. Oh, it's 10:14. I was gonna say it was 11 something. Ooh, freaky C, you lucky I was looking into the chat because I was like, okay, let me go on and play this song for you one time. For the one time, I know you like that song. And how have you been? Haven't seen you in a while. I think I seen you over in the Mo3 sector. I can't remember where I was at though in the Mo3 sector, but I did see you on somebody's link. But peace in the LBC to everybody. Let me say hi to everybody. Okay, let me see who's all up in here. Daniel Berry, of course. Shame and a Scandal. Yes, I am live, girl. And the only reason I'm live is because Shakim didn't go live. I was really hoping that he would go live. I prepared for it and everything because, you know, I started cooking late. I'm actually cooking right now. And I hadn't planned on cooking, but then I was like, oh, let me just go on and cook and get it out the way that I ain't got to worry about it tomorrow because I'm going to be, you know, whipping and dipping tomorrow a little bit, you know, bending some corners and stuff like that. And I've been very, very, very busy and handling business and doing all the things that one should be doing in their life, which is, you know, getting to a bag and taking care of all things that are, you know, profitable to your life. And that means family as well, right? So that's what I've been basically doing. But let me say hi. Who else am I saying hi to? Okay, Freaky C, of course, because I put them up there earlier. I don't like how they have changed just around on the StreamYard, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Big Rigs, peace in the LBC, okay? And Malek Dome, you in the house. What's going on? Peace in the LBC. Tehran's in the house. All right, it's just us. It's a few of us. And Dr. Soapy, of course. Dr. Soapy, I don't know why Shakim, I don't know what the hell's going on, but anyways, you know, everybody's busy, so that's that. Can't nobody say too much about it. Okay, that's a movie. Y'all talking about an 80s movie, some horror movies. Hey, Vibrant, peace in the LBC. I'm surprised you're up. Okay. I didn't even know you was up. What you cook? Oh, I'm cooking right now. I'm baking a whole chicken, right? And I put it in this deep dish, right? Like this deep cooking dish I have. And so I'm hoping them juices just gonna break it down just right. And then I'm gonna have I think I'm gonna make some baked beans, and I'm definitely making a potato salad. I'm doing that right now. And I'm trying to figure out what greens I'm gonna have, like what vegetable or whatever, you know. Is, you know, I would say corn, but that would be like a starch on a starch. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a green. So I'll see what I'm going to do. You know, my go-to is like, you know, mustard greens or collard greens and those type of greens like that. And, but also, you know, I could make a salad, but I already have a salad because a potato salad is a salad. So, you have to ponder on that, but I am a cooking. So I'll probably be like, you know, sort of like doing my thing, but also doing my thing at the same time. So that's that, you know. Okay, let's see. Hey, Vibrant. Let me see. Baked beans, you can send my plate. I'm ready. Okay. I was like, I wasn't even going to cook, but I'm cooking now. And so I was, you know, because I was on the YouTube streets for like half a second. I didn't really get to see all the hoopla about all the hoopla, but apparently there's some things going on with Rodney. Rodney's having it out with a few people. I don't know if it's really about the mod sticks or maybe it's just about people trying to like be very selective. And there's always this conversation about, people being selective, who they'll, stake to the cross opposed to who they want about situations and all the things in between. Also, Be Easy's live. I shared him out. I was over there kicking it with him for a while. And that's pretty much all that I saw that was live because, I've been in and out of this YouTube thing. I'm really not too invested. But look, so last night when Shame and Scandal was up here, we were talking, right? And I said I was going to release some of my lives. Well, or I was going to release all of them, but I didn't. I released some of them. So if you go down my page or whatever, I think most of them popped up at the end of the page or whatever. There are some new videos there or old videos, but that people haven't seen in quite some time, and they're there so you can go look and see the history of some things. Dynamics and conversations. But one that I did put on my wall was the first time Lemon ever came to my channel, right? And you'll be able to see the exchange between me and him, right? And then you'll also be able to see the history, right, in relation to, how he met Max Boogie, what was happening that night, and as he actually had a conversation and met Max on my channel, right? And so you get to kind of see the history and of things that I've been saying, right, about how I came across him or how he came across me and how I treated him in relation to how we act to date, right? The dynamics. You get to some of my other videos are out there. I think Beasley is in some of them. Yeah, Beasley is in some of them. So you get to see how Beasley was, on my channel, and some other people who have popped out most recently, or at least recent to other folks. They're getting introduced. You'll see some of those characters in these old lives, and then you'll get a knowledge of how certain other dynamics might have came about between me and other people, right? 2.0s and all the other shit in between, right? So the thing about it is that I have always labeled my lives a certain way. So I relabeled these lives, right? So they don't have the same original titles, because usually my titles are like, oh, it's a Wednesday, it's a Thursday, and happy Friday, that type of stuff, but I tried to make the titles to kind of give you a clue of what might be happening in there, but not really, you don't get the full detail of what's happening in there. You would have to actually watch it. But if you want to, it's, at your disposal, if you will. And I'll probably start going through some more and opening up some more. And, I'm thinking that I want to open them all up, but we'll see. Hey, Rico, peace in the LBC. What's going on with you? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Let me see. If people take the time to watch some of the older lives, it will definitely shut down a lot of the bullshiggity. Definitely, and then also they have to be available. I think people think that when it comes to me and my lives that they're not available. No, they're available. I just have them on private. It was so many lives, so many lives that I felt like maybe it was just like cluttering up my channel or whatever, like just, just cluttering it up a little bit. Also, I want to tell you, some of these musicians or whatever, these artists have, like, I don't know if YouTube automatically does it or they do it, right? So basically there, it's been like, oh, this is copyright music, copyright. Well, I've been challenging some of the stuff, right? And I'm basically saying that this is bringing, people, their artistry to more people out there. And the reason I'm doing it, right, is because I know that they watch your shit, right? Like a good portion of them will actually watch to see, what does she do with my song or what's really happening here. And one of the people who gave me like a thumbs up was Keek the Sneak. He happens to like the Pink Panther thing. Shit. And I got a thumbs up from, the boy and all them, saying it's like, shout out to fucking Bay Area people. They like, okay, well, do your damn thing, girl. And then, so it's starting to be more share revenues and stuff like that. But, cause they'll tell you like this person is going to look at your shit. They're going to look and see if it's issue. Like if they're going to look and see if it falls within guidelines. Now I know my shit doesn't fall within these particular guidelines because it's copyrighted music. It's their fucking music. It is their artistry. So I do realize that they took it a step further. They took it a step further and actually watched my shit. Like they looked at it like, oh, okay. And then they probably looked at it a little bit more, looked at the whole damn live like, hopefully they did. That would be very nice if they did, so come on through. All right. It's promo is good for new artists. Facts. And it's good for old artists because, a lot of stuff is, it's just more, more people out there, more eyes on your music. Everyone likes the Pink Panther. It's a masterpiece. Yes, everybody likes that. And apparently Keek the Sneak likes it too. The nigga say, I know he probably was like looking at this shit like, all righty then. Okay, well, do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but sometimes you should just take a chance and just go ahead and just like dispute it or whatever. And you never know who's got eyes on you. You never know who's like paying attention to your channel. You just never know. So that's why you should always hit the live button and come out here and do your damn thing. Because those who feel away, they're always going to feel away, but there's always going to be people who feel another way, right? And they want to see you go live and they want to hear what you're talking about and they want to see the fuckery of it all and then get introduced to other avenues of people and stuff. Now, I am not a gatekeeper. I'm not trying to keep people from going to other people's channels. None whatsoever. I think that, it's like a free for all. We should all get out here, hit that live button. I have said it plenty of times to other CCs, right? When they're out there and it seems like their back is up against the wall or so many people are coming at them or whatever, however, because the energy will shift. Like you could tell there's like a little bit of an energy shift. And I'll just, drop down and be like, man, keep hitting that live button. And I have done it for perceived enemies as well, right? Like, or ones who feel like they're an enemy unto me, because damn sure I will never be an enemy unto you. In order to be an enemy to a person, you have to actually invest a lot of your thought and energy into that. Like, it's an emotion and it has to be fueled. It has to be fed. Right. And so I don't have time to be feeding emotions like that. Now if it's something positive, then I could feed that all damn day long. But I have gotten to a point in time in my life, in my life in general, for all the things I have went through, all the things I have seen, all the people I have encountered, all those type of things, I realized that, you have to feed what is positive more than what is negative, because the negative will always be there. You can like negatively beat yourself down. Other people can negatively beat you down, and then you can kind of feed into it or break loose of it. Because when you feed into that, all you get back from it is something that's, stressful, right? Either stressful, it'll make you feel angered or make you feel away or whatever, or it's like, especially if you have like a moral compass, right? Like a sound moral compass, you have certain guidelines and certain things that you go by in your life, right? Because, everybody has like this roadmap, right, for their life, or and then they have what their character traits are, and what they find to be right and what they find to be wrong, all those type of things. You know what I'm saying? So, I have a particular way of how I want to live and how I conduct myself within society, with people I come across. It's like my moral code, right? I have a moral code. And it's not like other people's. I'm not cut from the same cloth as other people. If I've ever at one point in time, fucked with you, you know what I'm saying? I could have a battle with a person. I could just say all kinds of fucking things. But
I don't do like in-depth shit, saying it is just what it is for what the circumstance is. And I don't like to talk about kids and families and all that. Like my moral compass is a little bit different than other people's, and not to say that it's not shared, right? Like some people probably share the same belief systems that I have, same standards that I have, and so on and so forth. And then there's others who don't. And then you have to realize in this world that it takes all kinds to make the world go around, right? So for good, you'll have evil. You know what I'm saying? And so it's the yin and yang of it. It's the balance. It is the balance. So once I figure and know that you are cut from a certain cloth that's different than mine, it's not that I don't respect it. I respect it in the sense that I acknowledge it, right? I understand that, you just ain't built the same. But also I understand the dynamic with it, how you will conduct yourself. And so normally I'm not really too much surprised when people do certain things. Also, I know that like in this world, everybody needs, people need love, I suppose, or attention or whatever, and if they're not getting it in the real world, they're going to get it online. And then, if you're doing your thing online, it's a CC and shit, and one is not feeling supported, then it could cause people to be rather impulsive, right? And then they throw all rationale out the door. And then it becomes, like I said, what would you do for a Klondike bar, And you get to really see when these people get desperate or they get into a certain bag or whatever, what they would do for a Klondike bar. That is the truth of them right there. And I'd rather deal with the truth of folks, other than the mask that they present, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I ever wanted. It's like, just, I'm going to accept you for who the fuck you are. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? So, what's Room Shaker talking about? Is that Room Shaker? Maybe that's not Room Shaker. Okay. Right. It's promo. Hey, Vesting Out the Blue. What's going on with you? Peace in the LBC. You popping back out a little bit. Man, peace in the LBC. Rico, I sub to God. That's my jam. Okay. I like look, interesting that Scarecrow Rico has found his way over here. Hey, Shakim, peace in the LBC. Y'all fussing still? Oh yeah, well, y'all been fussing for a while, so let's just leave it at that. Man, okay. Much love, Vibrant. Appreciate you investing out the and then that's Room Shaker, which I don't know what she's laughing about. Big Rig, thank you. Riggs is always share you, brother. In the quiet of the night is when the snakes isn't crawling. Okay. In the quiet of the night is when the snakes isn't crawling. And the centipede. 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 Oh shit, not Black Strawberry. Peace in the LBC. Thank you. Speak on it. I am not going to share, you know what I'm saying, the same moral compass as other people, and that's fine. As long as you understand that that's what it is, you know what I'm saying, and take people for what it is. Like, you can't change them. You can't change them, but maybe you can coexist with them if they're just not too horrible, right? Because there's certain people I'm just not going to fucking coexist with. Some people I actually fucking make them disappear. And Room Shaker knows that, you know what I'm saying? Out of all the people who know me on here, I think Room Shaker knows me the best. And how do I know? Because one day, some time ago, I'm going to have to find that live. I'll never forget. It was me, and it was Daughter of the Seas and Pizarro. And she was on my link as well. And Room Shaker hit the link, and she had said to me, Sincere, are you scared of being doxxed? And I was like, no, I'm not scared of being doxxed. And she was like, oh, well, because, and she's like, I don't know if I should say it. I said, well, if you don't want to say it, don't say it. You can't say it, but, if you don't want to say it, you can type it in the back. So she typed it in the back, and I said, fuck. I'm caught. I was fucking caught. I got real quiet. I got effing quiet. I was like, damn. Hey, Melanated, peace in the LBC. So, yeah, she typed in the back and she was like, they say you murdered somebody. So, Bizarro was quiet, Dot was quiet, and I was quiet, right? And I was like, this is interesting. I was like, well, shit happens. So my thing is this, certain people don't share the same type of fucking, moral standing that I have. And there's certain things that I just don't go for in this world. And other people might not, feel the same way as me. Like, I don't support pedophiles, right? But some people might support pedophiles. I don't particularly like liars and stuff, people who try to cause people to get like triple life sentences and things like that, embellish for the sake of looking a certain way in front of others. You know what I'm saying? Shit, fuck it. That's what they do, but I don't respect it, right? And or some people are just like straight up shit starters, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a shit starting move, what I just talked about. But there's a lot of things that people can do that just don't mesh too well with you. And now certain things will cause a person to be proactive. You know what I mean? Proactive. It doesn't even have to be happening to you directly. Or but it could be happening in your community or something like that, right? And shit, I talked about this over at Big Rigs. I think it was at Big Rigs, right? Where I said, sometimes it just be like, the old folks, the old schools. And I hung around a lot of old schools, right? Even when I was young, I always liked to hang with older people. I didn't mind hanging with the old schools because they had quite a bit of knowledge. And the way they talked was just like amazing to me because they said so much with just little words. It'd be like 5 words or less. You know what I'm saying? Somebody came up missing. Oh, really? That's your answer right there. Oh, well, anyways, you know what I'm saying? What's going on today? You going down, you going fishing? You going fishing, Papa? You know what I'm saying? You going down the fishing hole? What you doing? What y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? What everybody up to? That type of stuff. And then you just, it's conversations. I heard that wrong. You heard what wrong? Now Freaky C said peace in the LBC. Of course, Freaky C, peace in the LBC. Let me see. Who got docs? Oh, me? Yeah, a long time ago. Like way back in the day. I told you, out of all the people, Room Shaker knows the most. She knows the most. And she came to me with it. You know what I'm saying? She came and, was talking that talk. And I was like, I got quiet. Shit, we all got quiet. Now, one thing I could say about Pizarro, when she seen that shit, she got quiet and she never fucking said anything else. Now, to date, when I think about her, right, Pizarro, in relation to that particular live, and I gotta find that live too and put it up. But I think about it from time to time, right? And I think about how Pizarro never came out here and start running her mouth. She never did that. Now, me and her didn't have battles and shit, I call her Cypress Swamp Puss and all kinds of shit. Talk shit to her, you know what I'm saying? She talked shit to me. But she never went there on that one. Never. And neither did Daughter of the Seas. I respect them for that. I really respect Dot. I've always had respect for Dot. You know what I mean? I always had respect for her. So, it's certain people I have respect for. And others that I don't, and others that I had at one point in time and don't have anymore, right? But it's neither here nor there. It's really just my personal feeling towards them. It doesn't mean that they have the shared feeling towards me. You know what I mean? Because I like a person doesn't mean they like me. And even if I love the person doesn't mean they love me. You know what I'm saying? What they call it, unrequited love. It could be in that type of situation where, whatever feelings you have towards a person, they just might not be reciprocal, and that is fine. But you have to understand that it's not reciprocal and proceed in that way. So like if I like you, then I won't advance upon you. Like I won't try to do things to you. And I'm just not going to do that anyways, because that's not really in my nature. But if you start something with me, bitch, I'll finish it. It's that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But me just wanting to advance upon you and see your life a certain way and all that shit, I'm just, tricks is for kids. Tricks are for kids, baby. I'm just grown, super fucking grown. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious grown over here. Did you hear Lolo's live? Her daughter went off. No! What is going on with Lolo? Because everybody's like feeling some type of way about her and ZX and stuff. And that's another thing. When I was going through my lives and stuff, I had quite a few lives where ZX was on my panel. Quite a few of them. And so I got to thinking about what Rodney was saying earlier, you know what I'm saying? Like how maybe they're giving him flack for being cool with ZX or whatever. And Brown Beauty had hit the link, and she had basically said that, how many people have hit ZX link? Plenty of people have hit ZX link, and Just Crystal was up there and she said the same damn thing. And right, it's true, because he's a CC. And normally what happens is that when new CCs come on board or CCs are here, they start kind of moving around. They might be in your skybox. They might drop down to, to show some support. And whatever. And then you'll get to know the person that way. Now, me personally, I don't jump on bandwagons where I decide I dislike a person because other people dislike a person. So if I'm in some kind of quandary or dynamic or feeling of with another CC or another person, it's solely because of my engagement with them. It has nothing to do with other people. And I can overlook a lot of things. So I usually don't give a flying fig. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just keep being pressing in relation to my personal space, right? My bubble, if you will. So if you keep pressing in that manner, then, we got problems. You know what I'm saying? It's a no-go. Because everybody has their own personal space and boundaries. And, in polite society, one has been taught to govern themselves, to govern their emotions, and to not tread on, the private space of other people and stuff, unless you're a heathen. Like if you're a heathen, you don't care. If you're a heathen, some kind of animal of sorts, you was raised by wolves and shit like that, you wouldn't care. And so therefore you have to be treated like a fucking animal, like a dog, right? Like maybe if you're Cujo and be put down. That kind of shit happens all the time. Hey, Ron, peace in the LBC. Rodney versus Beef Sector Cartoons got me in tears. Rodney's into it with Beef Sector Cartoons. He's still around? I feel like he disappeared or something. What the hell is going on? Rodney's into it with everybody, I think, right now. Oh my God, let me put this down here. I don't know why that happens. Let me see. Now Rodney's into it with Beef Sector Cartoon. I don't know why that shit made me laugh. Like that just made me laugh. Rodney's into it, I believe, with Envy, now Beef Sector Cartoons, Ken Nola, and I don't know who else. I know that him and I was just gonna think it was one other person. Oh, him and Ronnie Q they don't get along. Like I don't know how many people, like I don't even know what the big issue is, what the big fuss is about Rodney. Now I have said in the past, right? Rodney should not be out here. Well, I feel like he should just not say too much when it comes to these mod sticks, unless it's just something that's very painstakingly wrong, because people will do it all the time. They will give you a mod stick, take the mod stick away, they'll do all the effing things. And sometimes they do it out of being petty. Sometimes they do it because, they're revamping their channel and people are not there as frequently. It could be a number of reasons why they do it, but it is their choice to do it. It is their choice to do it. So if they take it away, you should maybe count yourself lucky. Just say, fuck it, because what is the point? Unless people are just like coming at you left and right, and they're like taking, like every time you come in, they're hitting you and something like that, then one should maybe feel a way about it a little bit. Now, I've never had that really happen to me where people were, mods, right? People who had mod sticks were taking like so many licks at me. Goosey did. Now, Goosey did over Trisha's, and that was because Goosey was in the middle of an emotional meltdown. He was in a very emotional meltdown when it came to me, but I've seen it plenty of times. There's quite a few men folk on this app. And it doesn't matter what their sexuality is. It's quite a few men folk on this app that have been in an emotional meltdown when it comes to me. So when I see them do it and when I see them go through it, I just be like, here we go again. Here we go again. Now, how long it's going to last, I don't know. Some emotionally melt down and just move the fuck on. But none of them have emotionally melted down without having like somewhat of a tantrum. And I don't even have to witness the tantrum. The tantrum will just, the tantrums come about in so many different ways. Like it's, it could be they go live and say some fuck shit about me, or they get somewhere else and say something fucking crazy, or maybe allude to shit or whatever, right? And then they'll always try to make it like I'm, in some kind of liaison of the heart with some Negro, right? And if a narrative has been put out like that, then they'll try to push that narrative, because the attack is, men attack differently than women attack. But when men attack, they always try to make it seem like you've been in some kind of like hoish kind of scenarios, or you were lovelorn behind them. And then they go from there to maybe trying to attack your looks or whatever. And, or make you out to be undesirable in some way. Now, when it comes to me, that will never be the case. This will never be the case. I could have done all kinds of horrible fucking things, but people are still going to be attracted to me. They're just going to be attracted to me. There's nothing they can do about it. Like, there's nothing they could do about that. Now, they can set stages for me to be having battles with women. They'll try to do that. That's another thing. They'll always try to see me in a battle with other women. So, and the women fall for it. Like, I can't explain to you, or at least like count the amount of women who have actually been like a battery was put in their back for them to act away towards me. It'll be, you'll be surprised at the names I would say. Like, if I was to come out here and get this, saying the names. Now, will these broads ever, admit to it? No. Well, one would. I think there's one that would actually admit to it, but I'd rather not even go there, because we have since mended fences and I don't feel no way towards her or whatever, but she definitely had a battery put in her back, and we even actually had a conversation about it at one point in time. But that is another tactic when it comes to the men folk. Now, when it comes to women, it's different. Like, if a woman is actually just coming at you, that's a different kind of rhythm. And they come from a very petty space. They usually come from the space of jealousy, right? Like, that's usually what it is. It's rooted in how you fucking look, or, how you sound, or if you dare to even speak up when they were having like their mean girl convention, you know what I'm saying? It's that kind of shit. Then they will go looking for a man so they can be useful too. So if other people chime in, it kind of makes them feel resolved in their thought about you. So anyways, it is a dance. It is a fucking dance. It's the dance of the fucking idiots. There it is. Hey, Showboat. Hey, George. Peace in the LBC. Leslie, what's good? Okay, let me say hi to Leslie, too. Okay, let me see. Sincere, you miss Lemon and Lolo trying to get unblocked by Dr. Sobi. Lemon was like, why did you leave? Oh, I didn't miss that. I saw that. They were like, he was like, just unblock me. It's like, how come everybody can see you and I can't see you? And I was like, damn, Dr. Soapy dropped down in Lemon's live and got the fool blocked. I said, where they doing that at? Where are they doing that at? Hey, NY, peace and LBC. NY, they busy out here, girl. Very, very busy. But, sit back and watch the show a little bit. We gonna see. Look, we are gonna see even more so the nature of people. Okay, today is Max Boogie's birthday. I hope she has another emotional, unregulated year. And I'm in Rabata, who never, my crew. What? Oh, today is Max's birthday? Well, peace to Max and shout out to Max. You know what I'm saying? Even though she did me dirty and that's just what it fucking is, but it is what it is. And once a person does certain things to you and there's no accountability, there's nothing I can't do shit about it. It is what it fucking is, but it is what it is. And how I always say is that everything is until it ain't, right? So we all good until we ain't good. And when we ain't good, then that's where the fuck we are. We could be on a snow piercer and, you know what I'm saying? We'll just be going around and around. But, once they show you, once a person shows you, just fucking believe them. Fucking believe them. So, 3 years from now or 2 years from now, me and Max could probably speak or whatever and be cordial, but she has showed me and I believe her. And I have showed her in my actions towards her. She should believe me. Now, it is what it is on that one. Site is so beautiful. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Shaquille, why you didn't go live? What happened? You and Max beefing? No, I'm not beefing with Max, but I guess Max was beefing with me, or at least she was accusing me of some shit. And I don't even understand why I was being accused, but she felt some type of way. She actually was accusing Shaquem of a thing, and then she was coming at me behind it. So I guess the accusation towards me was I wasn't just going for shit, just straight value, because it just didn't make no sense. Like how it went down, it just didn't make any sense. But it's a long fucking story. But it culminated in her, getting together with some other people, Flatback Fit and, Payless Pump Roman and some other fucking people. And, shit. It just is what it is. But if you look on my wall and you look at the live I posted, and it's labeled When I Met Lemon, it's like, When I Met Lemon / something or other. It was like holiday time because it had to be like around Christmas time. It was sometime in December, and I believe it was Christmas Eve. And he had just left from over at Ness's, right? Because Ness fell asleep on her live, and they all came over to my live, right? But really, he was trying to track down Nina. So that is kind of like my first encounter with Lemon. And as you could see, he was coming across to my channel and he was actually chasing somebody at that time as well. So that is kind of like par for the course for him. But he hadn't went live then. Like he hadn't, for all I can tell, in all intents and purposes, my understanding then and my understanding now, even rewatching it, he hadn't went live yet on his own, and he was still cool with Sir King at that time. So you hear him talking about Sir King, you hear him talking about TMO, you hear him, me and him engaging, right? Then we have a little conversation over there about Uppity. And you hear him talking about Ness a little bit, but not in a bad way. Then Max hits the link like, so, just check it out. You get a little history and a little understanding of how people came across each other, how people treated each other, right? History fucking matters. Who knew who when? Did some of the things that came out of other people's mouth, was it really true? Did the shit that came out of my mouth about lemon and stuff, was that true? So anyways, I'm just, I haven't released a lot of lives in a long time. So, I mean, I should let them all go. You just let them all out there. Now Max got undiagnosed bipolar just like Kyle's. Like, what? Dr. Soapy, she's always acting oblivious when she knows exactly what's going on. Max bipolar, she's on the slow side. You gotta forgive her. Lord, not George says she on the slow side. Do you look at your StreamYard conversations with her any differently in retrospect? Oddly enough, no, not really. Because even then, like Max has always been like, okay, not always, but there was a time when Max had more of a popularity. Well, she's popular, so I don't want to say it that way. But there was a time when she was getting along with more people in her sector than she does today, right? And she's had her battles and stuff like that. And she's always been outspoken in that way. So like even the first time, and I'll find that live. The very first time I had a real engagement with Max, she came at me a certain way, and she was talking about the people over there she felt like was running plays on my channel. It was a jam-packed night because there was quite a few things going on. This is around the time when I had got into it with oh my God, why I can't think of this nigga name right now. Father help me, why I can't think of this nigga name? Donald, right? So I got into it with Donald. There was quite a few people who showed up, like the Mo 3 sector had like descended upon me. And I've said it in the past, right, where I say the Mo 3 sector, when they came around, I'm talking about all of them. All of them, okay? In different periods within a time frame, like it was like seemed like it was back to back to back. When I say they were like a murder of crows or a flock of seagulls, and they just came through, go, and they start dropping down, boom, and when they were fucking dropped down, they were morphing into who their character was. You just like, oh shit, who are you? Then another one, pow, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was so many of them. But my first engagement with Max was such as that people took it as if she was trying to be like shitty towards me. And but I never took it that way. And I really feel like it was that way. And during that time, she was running with Donald, So it was Donald, her, Truth Hurts. There was this guy called something Neck. What is this motherfucker? But when I got into it with Donald, I never seen Max like come at me crazy. And not to say she never spoke poorly about me anywhere, but they would come into my chat, some of the ones that really, really supported Donald like that, and they would just be having at me. You know what I'm saying? It was a palooza of all kinds of sorts, Oh, thank you, Leslie. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm doing good tonight. Okay, I'm getting support. So yeah, but I don't look at it too much different. Like Max has always been Max. She's always been kind of controversial in that way. She's always been kind of outspoken, and she just like, it just is what it is. And whether one agreed with her as far as how her recollection of the history of things is really neither here nor there. I'm talking about the character, right? Her character. And she's pretty much been the same, like, in truth. Hey, Water Sniper, peace in the LBC. But am I disappointed in how she has conducted herself towards me? A little bit. Yes, I did. I feel a little bit about that. Leslie, if you send $800, I will match you. Who gonna send me $800? If you send me $800, I'll fall out. I'll fall out right now. Dr. Soapy, you can trust no woman that will play with her own mother. Nope. Who play with their own mother? You talking about? Oh, you talking about Lolo? I don't play when it comes to mothers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't even understand that. That's when DG porn bombed you. Yeah. And then he said he didn't porn bomb me, but the way he did it was with those avatars, right? Because he was switching up avatars, and then he ended up apologizing. He said he didn't mean to do that; that he was going through his avatars, and then quite a few of them would do that, like him and just all of them, like they just fucking would change their avatars, like boom, 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 boom. I'd be like, what the fuck? How many people do you have in your list of avatars that you could, and how can you switch up that quick? Like, how did you switch up that quick? So yeah, a lot happened, you know what I'm saying, off that particular live. And the lives that happened after that, it's history. And I just have my lives on, on private, but I should take them off. I couldn't believe her at Cowboy Rock. That man showed her mama orbit. Oh, what? Cam bombing someone is hella childish. Okay, porn bombing somebody is hella childish, I must say. Well, he did apologize. I can't take that away from him. It was with the avatar. I was 38 hot that day. It was a lot that was going on. And I think for him, and I've said this in the past, Donald felt like I was attacking his channel, right? Because he was networking, he was slide, that's what he called it, slide from place to place. And he had been going around, and he'll be in the middle of the night with his channel. So what he would do is that he would keep his channel running, right? His live is going, but he would tell them like, let's slide. And so he would say, oh, we're going to go over here. And then they would go over there. And then from there, we're going to go over here. Right. And they were just all running around networking and getting to know people. And when I met him, the first time I met him with Empress Janet. Empress Janet was with his ass. And when I first engaged with her, I didn't know that she was racist the way she was. And she didn't come off that way. Right. She, hello, darling, and how are you? And, just how she is, right? So I didn't take it one way or another. I just happened to be live late that night. Because sometimes I would go live like at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. I would do that from time to time. And I'll never forget this night. I believe I was live. I went live like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I do think Sister Jackie Gaines was here when it happened too. And so then, a few people popped up, and then here comes Donald and Janet sliding through. And a couple of their people with them. And I was like, how the fuck did you find me? Because that's always my mantra, because it's always like, how the fuck did it happen? How did you fucking find me? I can't remember how he said it, but maybe he had been watching already, because that was my same conversation when it came to Lemon. Like, how the fuck did you find me? How did you find me, dude? You know what I mean? Lemon tried the bedroom shaker again. She said, no, thank you. Last bet, I had to chase you down and do a payment plan for $100. The fall off is real. But she didn't lie. She did not lie. She had to chase him down. And then she damn near had to do a payment plan with him. That's why I kept on telling her fucking ass, you over here making nice with Lemon ass for this fucking $100. I'm not making nice with this nigga. I'm going to say what the hell I want to say about him. I'm going to speak to the facts of our dynamic, right? Not his dynamic with somebody else. And I'm going to say, pay me. And then see, when Room Shaker got his money, not his money, her money, nobody had much to say about it. It wasn't this campaign, about her getting her money. And here comes the selective part about it, right? Here's the selective thing. But when I was saying, hey, give me my money, it was like, oh, why are you asking for the money? You must not have no money. Why you keep on and then you did the same thing to Rex. Well, why don't you tell him to stop entering into fucking bets with me and fucking losing? But it became a big old fucking thing, right? Then it became, well, you can't take these bets serious. It's not, you really believe that? You fell for that? Like, motherfucker, stop playing with me. Now today, some of the very people who were championing that BS, some of the very people who were out here supporting him being less than a fucking man, not a man of his fucking word, being a motherfucking miscreant of sorts, if you will, those very same people are crying a fucking river about how he didn't keep his word for maybe $20 or $5 or whatever. But they were all siphoning off of him. They were all siphoning off a lemon. And, a blind man could see that because it became, oh, Lemon, we're going to have teleport. Are you going to buy me a drink? Oh, Lemon, I need to pay for my DoorDash. Are you going to send my $20? Oh, Lemon, where's my $20? Oh, Lemon, you said you're going to buy me a fucking burger. It became all of that. And so he literally had to pay people. Now, again, I'm not cut from the same cloth as other people. I'm not going to pay people to be around me. If you are around me and you want to be around me, just pay me some respect. And I will give you the same. That's all you got to fucking do. Pay me some respect and I will give you the fucking same. It doesn't have to be any other things than that, You sound like a cartoon character. Well, it was a cartoon character talking. It was the Looney Tunes asking him every 5 seconds for the money. Show me the money. It was Bugs Bunny, Wile E. Coyote, Yosemite Sam. Okay, even Marvin the Martian was out there asking for some fucking money. It was the whole cast of characters. The whole cast, okay? Hey, peoples, peace in the LBC. What's going on with you? It's good to see you. Oh, I like your avatar. Oh, shit. I was like, okay. Thank you for supporting Highlander Country, Shot Kim. I really, really appreciate his support as well. I appreciate all you guys' support. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's always going to be a thing when it comes to me. But I keep hitting the like button. I keep doing my fucking thing. And, man, it's been working out for my ass. Now, do I have quite a few people emotionally bent, you know what I'm saying, and channeling racist ass ancestors and, you know what I'm saying, looking for dicks to suck and all that shit in between? Of course I do. But this is nothing new. This shit has happened time before. And time before that, and time after time. If you lost and you look, I won't be waiting. Fuck you. Time after time. Okay, these bitches is time after time hoes. Time after time hoes. And, two ball bitches and split tail hoes. There's it. And all things in between. Maybe they might have, both. You know what I'm saying? They might have both equipments going on. Okay, Dr. Soapy, when the time is really right is when the centipede is crawling, okay? A centipede, a centipede, a do-do-do-do-do. Okay, Dr. Soapy. MV has been upset with Brenda for allegedly calling him creepy, but did she lie? You know what? I heard that. I heard something about Brenda and there was like a mix up with the other Brenda because there's two Brenda Clarks. Unless Brenda been running around here disguised as the other Brenda Clark. And then there's Brenda W. So there's 3 Brendas. I don't know why she's calling him creepy though. Why is she calling him creepy? I know why I've said the things that I've said, about Envy. And oddly enough, when I was going through my videos last night or looking at some of the stuff, there was a live where me and Envy and Brenda was there, and it was a few of us up there. And yeah, so there was a time when her and Envy got along, and there was also a time when me and Envy got along. But why is she calling him creepy now? What did he do? Like, did he do something personal to her, or is she just saying just in relation to how he acts in general? Envy is very creepy to me. We hear that on Shot Cam's live today. What about the creepiness or Brenda feeling some type of way? I really loved you and Brenda's chemistry. It's a shame how this app divides people. Yeah, I think me and Brenda did have good chemistry, and I never disliked her. And really, to be truthful and honest, I don't dislike her to date. I just don't like the action, what took place, and the fact that she won't own up to what she did. So just like, Max is not going to own up to what she did. And so it doesn't matter if I like those ladies or not or anything. It's a matter of respect. It's a matter of accountability. And it's a matter of you playing in my fucking face. So those kind of things came into play. And I think, whenever people get into it, especially when men folk need to just stay the fuck up out of it. You don't have to really choose or anything like that. You can be friends with both ladies. You know what I mean? But quite a few men took sides, and they were out here. Let me tell you, Shakam, they turned into fucking superheroes. They were in their fucking dun-dun-duns with their fucking green stockings or red stockings with their all red high top fucking Jordans on, and they just threw on fucking capes and start jumping out of fucking windows. They was jumping out of windows. But they weren't jumping out of the window for me though. They were jumping out the window for Brenda. Because Brenda has like the little sultry voice, and she like flirts with them, and she, coaxes their ego. That is like one of her superpowers, right? And I will never knock her for that, because she uses it, and she uses it wisely. And she will be stroking these niggas' egos left and right. And so do you mind if I stroke you up? Don't mind. Do you mind if I stroke you down? Don't mind. All through the night. And don't mind. It was a virtual stroking going on. I said, oh shit, okay. Pimping since pimping, been pimping. She was pimping them niggas pimping all around the world. Hey, the fancy cars, the niggas in the caviar. You know what I'm saying? She was pimping them. And so I never knocked the hustle. I will never knock the fucking hustle. And so relationship dynamics that were once one way just wasn't anymore. That's just how it went. She tried Shakim, but she was live roasting per usual. What? You got a super chat? Oh, I got a super chat? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, thank you, Shakim. Okay, let me try to shake her again. Okay, I read that. So thank you for that. And then I got another one. Oh, thank you, Dr. Soapy. I appreciate it. Thank you. And it feels good to be appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're doing this CC thing, it could just be all across the board. And especially if you just have, dynamics with people. Like, I personally don't be wanting to have poor dynamics with people, but shit happens and one can't do nothing about it but either get in, you know what I'm saying, or get the fuck out. And I'm not into being punked. So I'm not going to allow people to punk me. And I think that really, for the most part, all the battles I've had with people is because they wanted to punk me. And then I didn't become a easy win. I was not going to be a fucking easy win. And I think they mistaken my kindness for a weakness. And then when I come out here and I speak a certain way, and because we all are multifaceted, right? We're not going to always be, just like, gumdrops and lollipops. There is the other side. There is the other side. And but some people go to the other side quicker than others. For me, it takes some time for me to kind of like just want to, espouse or spew out a thing or whatever. It will be a culmination. So the day I do fucking say something to you, it's probably been a culmination of me kind of watching you. You probably have taken some digs before, and I've probably overlooked some of you, some of the things about you that are just not as pleasing as other things, right? And then the day you decided just like to take a little bit further is the day I probably popped off on your ass. And the day you did that was because you felt like it was okay to do so. You were comfortable in doing that. Otherwise, you would have never fucking did it. So people can't say like when they do these things that, they don't know, I didn't know, and I didn't think. And then, but it's the funny part is that when they make the choice to do the fucked up thing to a person, and then when that person just doesn't take it that way, like, I'm not taking this shit from you lying down, bitch. Do I look like I want to be fucked by you, ho? What the fuck you talking? Like when you get there, then they turn into victims. Then they be like, well, it's me. And oh my God, and somebody come, I want to be saved. And, and that happens. Some of them get saved. Maybe, like I said, jumping out of windows. Imagine owning room shaker money in real life. Lord. Okay, shit. Let me get down here. Sincere, I think Diva is doxing you, but trying to confirm. Yeah, I heard. Lovely one. She left a message on my comments, like on one of my lives. I think my last live. She was like, Diva's doxing you. And I'm like, well, she's like, what did she say? She said, did you know that Diva is trying to dox you or Diva's doxing you? I said, no, but whatever she finds out or whatever she believes she's found out, let it be true. It's all true. Now that it's all true and it all is what it is, now what is the point? Like, what is the point? Do you want somebody to dislike me? Because I got plenty of motherfuckers that dislike me. Do you want me to be humiliated? That's not going to fucking happen. Do you want me to be scared of you? Nope, that ain't going to fucking happen either. Like, what do you want? You want to, you trying to keep me emotionally hostage? You want to bind me to you? Bitch, I don't have time for the fucking fuckery. And, this is some shit that a witch would do, right? Like you conjuring up some shit, you putting some things together, you trying to put a spell out there so I can be emotionally bound to you. No, thank you, bitch. No, thank you. You are going to be emotionally bound to me, which you are showing people, if that's what you're doing, that you are emotionally bound to me. Like you can't fucking stop thinking about me. You cannot shake me to save your soul. Somebody's hurt. It's just not me. Somebody is hurt, but it's just not me. Not supply. Okay, it's a narc supply. Not that one. Melanie, she's really not well. Yeah, Do you mind if you stroke me up? Don't mind. Do you mind if I stroke you down? Don't mind. All through the night. You don't mind. You know what I'm saying? She over there stroking that shit. You know what I'm saying? Stroke it to the east and stroke it to the west. Oh, God dang. But and when she does bust her nut, don't tell me about it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Cause ain't nothing ever gonna fucking beat in my mind, in my eyes. Now everybody else look at things differently. It will never beat the fact that you went deep, deep down into your fucking history. Deep, deep down in the river's deep. You found you a racist white woman that you call grandmammy. And she came on out and spewed a couple of words, called me a nigga bitch, and then she was never heard. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is what it is. You ain't got all that smoke for Rob B. You just got the smoke for me. Well, you know what I'm saying? Spin your partner round and round. Now do your partner. Narcissist collapse is always preceded by emotional dysregulation. She really needs to stop drinking. Is she drinking? It's quite a few of them on here that just be drunk as Cooter Brown. Drunk as Cooter Brown. Maybe they all need to stop drinking. And they all need to stop wanting attention. But see, there is history to a lot of different things. Even with Diva, because when I was going through my old lives, like just old ones, like 2 years old and so, Diva was right there in my chat. She's one of the people that was in my chat all the time. So she's been around long enough. But I do know the history to some other people. And I do realize that at one point in time, they weren't feeling like they were getting the masses and they weren't getting support and they weren't getting all these fucking things, right? And I think it was taking a toll on them. And you can never tell which way the wind was blowing or whatever, right? With it. And just out of respect, like I would try to give people respect. If you tell me that you don't want to hear about a thing or you don't want to talk about things or you don't want this happening over here, I will respect that. I'm going to respect your channel and how you bring stuff. But I think like some of these people, and I've seen it happen to quite a few CCs that have came through here, hit my link, have kicked it with me, you know, Snoop, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you, I was going through a lot of lives and I seen a lot of people and we were just all just kicking it. And I've seen the emotional state of quite a few of these CCs. And a lot of times, if they don't have a lot of people in their chat, if they only have a couple of people or whatever, I think they get depressed behind it. I think that they try to put up a good front. They try to say like, oh, I don't care. I don't, you know, if nobody's here or da-da-da, but they do care. And then when they do get an opportunity to have a little bit of excitement or more people come around or whatever, then it's like a drunkenness that comes with it. But the thing is that the shit only lasts for so long. It only lasts for so long because the moment you become not the latest hype or the moment you become yourself, right? Like you just act yourself and you rub somebody the wrong way, it's the moment that they're all going to move the fuck along. So that's, you know, and sometimes it happens very quickly and then sometimes it takes a little time, but it does happen that way. It happens that way. So, you know, looking for your worth in other people never works. You got to have your own worth. Your own worth. You know, you can't look for it in other people and you have to be okay with what you put down and what you present. Now, I haven't always had like these astronomical amount of numbers, but I'm weighted in my own right. Point blank, period. Speaking to the fact that, you know, how many people have used me for their fucking content, put me in their fucking titles, how many of these bitches jump on bandwagons and I am the arch nemesis to all of fucking them. You know what I'm saying? I am weighted in my own right. Videos upon videos upon videos of these bitches just being here, hitting my link in my shit. Shit, tons of them, okay? I'm weighted in my own right. But hold on one second. Let me check on this. I'm going to do a musical interlude real quick and let me just go on here because I don't want to be checking these pots and stuff and you guys like it's like silence and that type of things. But I'm going to find something short because I'm not going to even play it all the way through. Matter of fact, let me just do it like this. Here we go. Hold on one second, y'all.
Young and fine and dark and handsome, the boy from South Detroit came singing. I can't keep my panties from dropping. It's so fly. Going so fast to hurt yourself. I can't keep up with all that
Okay, I'm back, y'all. Ooh wee. Now boil my eggs. I put eggs in my potato salad. Some people don't, but I always put eggs in my potato salad. Alrighty. I'll let these potatoes cool down a little bit. That chicken look good, y'all. That chicken look good, baby. Sincere, put your foot in that shit. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. Put my foot in that food. You hear me? Because it's love. You know what I'm saying? When I'm cooking from love. I'm cooking because I love you, and I'm cooking because I love myself. And it's gonna be good. Congratulations to my egg who's graduating today. Congratulations, man. Today, meaning we're in a new day, right? Because I'm in the past. You know what I'm saying? You're in the future. And today is is a momentous occasion, okay? It is a momentous occasion, especially not only for the graduate, but for the parent. Because all those years you done put into your egg, all that time you done put into him, all that knowledge you done bestowed upon him, and more knowledge to come, because they never, they're always going to be your children. But you get to see, an accomplishment. You get to see, because some people, they take their hands off their children, but you always know when you have a parent that had their hands on their children. It's the content of their character. You always know if parents, the parents were there and putting that time in. But congratulations, okay? Everybody over here, congrats, melanated, okay? It's a blessing, okay? Rita's still doubling down to justify attack. That sick lady for being in J Dun's chat and for talking to VS. She's what? Is she justifying her actions towards me or what? Even the CCs with big numbers are depressed and don't want to come live. There's no healthy way to get validation from the external facts. They try to act like they're not depressed, but they are. And sadly enough, quite a few of them are medicated, or they got some kind of stuff going on, right? And some of them need to be cloud chasers. Some of them need to get recalibrated. They need to get some of their shit recalibrated. And also they need to look at their own actions. They need to look at how certain things come about, because it's so easy to put it off on somebody else. It's so easy to say, oh, you're the fucking problem. No, maybe you might be the problem. Maybe you might actually be the problem. So, and they might feel the same way about me. They might be like, well, take your own advice. But I do. Because every night before I go to sleep, I think about my world, people I have engaged in my world in this day, right? Things that happen even on YouTube, like, okay, because I don't like to be in bad spaces with people. So I weigh it pound for pound. And a lot of times I wait to see if you're doing the same, that you will actually have the conversation in a way that is like that of an adult, right? Because you say you're an adult, you look like and present like an adult. Meaning, like, if I was looking at you, the exterior of you look like a grown person, a grown man or a grown woman or whatever, right? And then maybe you will actually say what the problem is, or speak to it, or get to something before you jump to a conclusion or whatever. And this shit doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And sometimes it does, because those who really don't want to have bad dynamics with you will actually try to come to some kind of, we can agree to disagree. Because I like you, and, I don't think you're a bad person, but we can agree to disagree. We don't need to be at odds or whatever. But if it doesn't happen that way, it's because they want it to happen that way. They wanted to be at odds with you. That's all I can say, is that the persons or the people, they wanted that. And now they have the reason. Like they have the excuse, or whatever happens, like, oh, I'm going to use this as my excuse, or the reasoning I'm going to give for why I'm acting this way, or, towards this person. But it's usually deeper than that. It's usually deeper than what they present. Now, I know one thing in this world. We live in this world. We go through things. We do things and all the stuff in between. And, we come across people and all that kind of stuff. But one thing I know a motherfucker can never take away from me is my integrity, my strength, my knowledge, and my wherewithal. You can't take none of that shit away from me. You can't even take away my credibility. Shit. These motherfuckers online don't know me. They want to know me. But when I walk through my world and I stomp through my world, it's not a problem. So I think a lot of times when people, when they're trying to whatever they're trying to do, like they need to maybe ask themselves, why are you so invested? What's the situation? Like, what is it? Like, really, what is it? Now, this is me, a rational person, talking from a place of rationale. But, so those who are rational will understand what I'm saying. But the irrational will continue on. It will be, it will be hard for them to comprehend, and maybe even comical. You know what I'm saying? But it is like that, you know what I'm saying, when you're dealing with, this insane asylum, when you're dealing with the, the nutter butters and the weirdos and shit, you know what I'm saying, when you're dealing with the insane asylum, that's what you're going to get. They will not be able to comprehend. All they can comprehend is their fucking chaos, right? All they can comprehend is their chaos. Maybe their leader, you know what I'm saying? The wackiness of it all. The motherfuckers be out here, you know what I'm saying? Ready to fucking act a fool. To be a fucking nut. Emotional chaos at its finest. I can't help you. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't help you even if I fucking wanted to help you, because I am not a psychiatrist. Because I will want to give you some medication, help you out, let you find some balance. I will want to medicate you. I'm not a psychologist either. My brother's a psychologist. We have conversations all the time, me and him. He says I have high emotional intelligence. I said, oh, you don't say. Yeah, you don't say. It's funny when you're talking to a psychologist, one that's related to you and stuff, like, and you're just talking like, this is my brother, we're just talking. But they're always like analyzing you, you know what I'm saying? That shit is always happening. But out of all his brothers and sisters, he enjoys talking to me the most. He enjoys, because I'm not coming from a place, like when I communicate and stuff, whoever I'm talking to, I'm not coming from emotionally, unregulated emotional space. Like, there are emotional spaces that are just unregulated in people, meaning that they're not checking into their own selves. Other people ain't not tapping in and saying anything to them. They just don't have, there's nothing there to get them to kind of like reflect, have introspect, you know what I'm saying? To learn how to be able to engage in a healthy way with other people. Like, there's nothing there to help them regulate that. So they're just fucking out of control, So, but I mean, I can't help folks. I can only help those that want to help themselves. You know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters should be best friends. They should. That is your friendship group, especially if you come from a very big family. Like if you have a few brothers and sisters like me, quite a few of them, like that's my friendship group. I have other friends, true enough, but shit, I'm not talking to them niggas. They funny as fuck. I got one here getting on my fucking nerves, but she's even funny and deadly. Just gonna put that shit out there too. But what I'm saying, don't worry about that part of her. It's my sister. I love her. She loves me too. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Hey Skunk, peace in the LBC. How you doing? Peace in the LBC. Okay. Let's see. Meditation techniques in Kemet, Yuab, one heart, also Menab, stabilizer heart, is what it means in Medu Meter, but there's no English equivalent for these terms. Yeah, you need to have balance. That's basically what that is. You need to be able to center yourself and be able to tune out. I've spoken to this plenty of times, like anybody who's been around long enough and actually has heard me talk and, give my lives and stuff. I used to say this a lot where whenever I'm in a situation or whenever stuff is happening, I will liken it to like a tornado, but I am in the eye of it. And so I get still, peace, be still, and just center myself. And around me is a lot of chaos, right? It's all kinds of shit swirling. But you don't react. You center yourself. And then you let the tornado do what it's supposed to do. The force that it is, right? If it's a force. But whatever it's picking up, whether it be a sink or a bathtub or piles of fucking wood, houses like Dorothy and shit, and you might even see fucking Toto barking. But let it swirl. You can't do nothing about it. And then when everything falls, like when the tornado stops doing what it's doing, then you get to see everything that fell. Like you got to see everything it picked up. And then you deal with it from there, right? Now you can see everything. So let it fucking swirl. So you can see everything. And then you move from there, right? So I've talked about that plenty of times. And that's, and that is how I do it. The light of the body is the eye. Facts. You know what I'm saying? And if you consider yourself, then, all things are revealed. All things will be revealed to you. I think what people, they're just too reactionary. Action begets reaction. But you don't have to be reactionary. Actions can be methodical. They can be thought out, planned. They can be purposeful. And so can reactions. It can be all those things. And for everything that one can put down, is always other things that can be put down. It's like a dance, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we're doing the cha-cha-cha. And I've said that plenty of times in chats, 1, 2, cha-cha-cha, 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. And the way I talk is just the way I talk. But I'm saying a lot without saying a lot. But that's me hanging around them old schools. That is my knowledge. It's straight fucking data download by titans. Old libraries. Legends in their own fucking right. And fucking fighters. fucking fighters. So, I might be in the chat and I'd be like, 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. Motherfucker be like, what the fuck she cha-cha-chaing about? What the hell she talking about? I'm talking about a whole lot of shit that's going right the fuck over your head. 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. What, you want me to have a full-blown conversation with you, bitch? I'm not even talking to you. I'm just speaking. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. 5, 6, cha-cha-cha. Why are you so mad about me, doing the cha-cha? They be all bad. What? Fuck this bitch. And then I just sit back and watch them. They be like contorting, levitating up out their body, speculating all across the board. And then I get to see the 1, 2, cha-cha-cha, 3, 4, cha-cha-cha. I'd be like, ooh, look at this shit. Oh, shit. It is a thing. It is a thing, Mm-hmm. Okay. Weeping in the bushes. Okay. The goddess Kali created the universe with her sacred dance. Okay. And I bet you it wasn't the cha-cha-cha, but she was dancing. But maybe it could have been. 2, cha-cha-cha. You can measure progress of a people by how they see themselves, how they feel about themselves, and what they read, write about themselves. Facts. And like joy is a thing. Like, don't let nobody ever just steal your fucking joy. I found like in the past and even most present, right? Because somebody came in here and like the other day they were, in one of those troll pages and they were saying something about me singing and stuff. And then what did they say? Like they took a like shot at Vibrant and then said Vibrant was scared, which I don't know what that was about, right? But I assumed I put like, deductive reasoning, deducing something, and Vibrant didn't say anything different other than she doesn't really know what's going on. But they took a slug at Vibrant, and then they coming at me like, "Oh, Diva got you over here singing." Diva don't got me over here singing. I got a song in my heart. I'm always gonna have a song in my heart. I'm musically inclined. I love music, so I'm gonna fucking sing. Diva's not gonna take away my song. She wants to take away my song. You know what I'm saying? We in the keynote of life. But that's not going to happen. Now, if she takes away my song, then maybe that might be, or my songs, maybe then that might be problematic. But you got all kinds of songs swarming up in my head. You know what I'm saying? Man, I just start thinking about Stevie Wonder. And I will love you always. 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 Hey. Man, Stevie was the shit. Oh shit. But they would get mad, right? They would be mad because I'd be over here singing and I've been had smoked my weed and I was just jolly and light as a feather. You know what I'm saying? All the things, and it just pissed them the fuck off. They got mad behind it. They got mad behind the laughter. And I watched that shit and I was like, how do you get mad because people want to laugh and smile, make you laugh and make you smile and fucking sing? Bitch, we in a musical. Get with it. Get with it. And that was just too much joy for some people. It was just too much joy and it shows, okay? I used to confuse joy with happiness. There's a subtle difference. Okay. I worship Stevie Wonder. He's from a sacred mystical realm in my eyes, okay? Oh shit. Stevie is the man. Okay. Well, you know what I'm saying? Joy and happiness. That's actually what my name means. Actually, my name has a couple of meanings, but one of them is joy and happiness. I have to think about it. Is there a difference between joy and happiness? Because one can be jovial. One can be jovial. Like you can be jovial in a moment, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're happy, right? Because happiness is more like a all-encompassing thing, and it comes from a different place. It has a beautiful feel to it, just like joy does, right? Um, but it's more rounded, if you will. Happiness is. Joy can be more intermittent, like it's here and there and all over the place. I have to thinking about like electrons and neutrons, positive and negatives, atoms, the vibrations of life. You know what I mean? That's what joy reminds me of. So it's not stable, but it's there. You know what I mean? But happiness is, it's like the molecular structure happiness is. It's what's holding it all in, you know? Just the thought about it. Just thinking about that a little bit. Which name? Saida? Yeah. Means joy and happiness, amongst other things. It's a lineage. So my name is a royal line, like a lineage, right? It's a royal line. It also means fortunate, like, fortunate to have you, girl. It's like fortune. So my name is Fortune. It is a lineage, like a royal lineage, like a line. And it's joy and happiness. And joy is not separated from happiness, and happiness is not separated from joy. They're like in unison. So I love my name. I'm very happy with it. And what language? In Arabic. But my name is popular, not just in the Mid East, right? It's popular in Asia, in Latin countries, right? I've known of quite a few Latinas that their name was Saida. Muslim sisters. There's a few of us Saidas. Like Saida is a very popular name. Saida can pretty much be anybody. Very popular name, okay? It's like they complete each other well. Facts. And I've been blessed because in my family, like we start with the name. So in the beginning was the word, and the word was with what? So you're named. And that's the basis of you, the foundation of you. And it's a big thing because like the whole family comes together and we're looking at this child and we named the child, right? So the same was for me. And I was named Saida. And so looking at the meaning of it, I think I'm pretty reflective of my name. For the most part, I'd be really happy. And I'll be laughing and I'll be singing, you know what I mean? So what can one do about that? Like shit, if they think they're going to take that away from me in any kind of fucking way, yeah. Because in the beginning was the word, okay? This shit was in the beginning. It's inception, baby. It's rooted. And it ain't a fucking weed. It's deep roots. So you can't do shit with it. You can get mad. You maybe can channel them fucking, deep, dark, hateful ass bitches that are part of your fucking history, your family tree. You conjure them hoes up and stuff, and you know what I'm saying? Y'all could do a little fucking shimmy together and see if you can make something happen. That's about it. That's about the fuck it. Ramesses was so revered. There were 9 pharaohs named after him. Names have always been essential to who we are as people. Facts. In the beginning, it's, your name. It's like, it's the weight of you. It's the essence of you. It's the strength of you. It's the truth of you. It is who you are. So their names are very important. Even the numbers that are in your fucking name are important. Like, it's a lot to it. It's a lot to it. So, it shouldn't be done, in a very trivial way, a trifling ass way. And there's some people, they be doing weird ass shit. I have known so many women who have named their children after their fathers, their baby daddies and stuff like that. And they be having these like weird ass, like say the father's name was Leon. Then it'll become Leonisha. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I would be like, what? Did you just name this baby Leonisha? Some have named their babies after fucking streets in the O. Like, or situations like you might have a child who's been named after the sideshow. You get what I'm saying? It's so I'm just like, man, why? Some things I'm just like, fucking why? Leona. I said Leonisha. I was like, Leona and them. Okay. Willie Mae Joe Bell. Named after Pappy. I'm just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just think they're very important. You should put some thought into what you do. And please just leave the craziness alone. Let it have some meaning. What do you think of people naming their children Jesus? Oh, like Jesus and them? My Jesus and them? Which is more common in Latin countries or Muhammad in Muslim countries? I don't know. I mean, I always thought that was kind of odd that somebody was named Jesus. Maybe because the name in itself is just very popular in the sense of, when we're talking about, well, some people believe Jesus is God. Others people believe that he's a prophet, right? Or an angel. And so depending on where you're coming from, but it wouldn't be too much different if you're thinking of him in a sense of, because a lot of people name their children after angels. And but if you're going to pick an angel, you probably want to pick a name that is like very, very strong, like Uriel. That's a very strong name because it's to the abilities of that angel, right? And people have been named after prophets, such and even pharaohs, right? So it's not really strange, but I think because they lead with the J, it throws me off. So it comes off very fake. Like it can present as a strong name, but that J should not be there. So I'm just confused by it. You get what I'm saying? It confuses me. It just really does. I met a guy named David once. He wasn't anything like the king of Israel in the Bible. What do you mean? Because David wasn't perfect. He did a lot of things. You still want David? Shut up. Who is David? Not you still want David. Rico, what the hell are you talking about? Is there a real David? Look at Melanated. Look, Melanated. We doing the same thing. Like, what? What is that happening? I don't know. There's quite a few people in my family that are named out of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like they got names from the Bible. I got a cousin named Malachi. I got a cousin named Beulah. Like this various names, okay? He talking about lemon. Oh, we talking about citrus? Oh, I forgot all about that nigga. Let me go back to this. I met a guy named David once. He wasn't anything like the king of Israel in the Bible. He talking about citrus. Interesting that J is pronounced with an H sound. It's Jesus. But then that still don't make no fucking sense. Why is there a H and why is there a J? Like, I'm confused by it. Can't nobody tell me I'm confused by that shit. You're right, David was all over the place. Now that I think about it. So are you talking about trying too funny? I caught it. I didn't catch it. Rico caught that shit. I wasn't even thinking nothing about no damn lemon. I forget about that when it comes to lemon. Like him and his name and all that type of stuff. Like I forget about all those things when it comes to lemon. And then when I was watching my old live, and I saw how our engagement was, like our interaction with each other, it brought me back to some things, right? It brought me back to, like how I like to be with people. And you could see how I am with people when I first meet them. And it's not that I wasn't aware of Lemon and I didn't know who he was. Like I was aware of him. I knew who he was. But I treated him in a manner of such as that this is my first time meeting you, like face to face. The same way I try to conduct myself with VS as. Like, this is my first time actually really having a real engagement with you, and I would like for it to be a good one. Like, not a bad or a poor experience. I don't want you to feel like you can't come over here, that you're not welcomed or none of that kind of stuff. I would like to walk in peace with you. But you're not going to always be able to walk in peace with people. Like, some people just don't want that. They don't want that. And whatever is happening, that really is a personal problem that they need to work on and get over. Okay. I'm not arguing with Scarecrow Body tonight. I'm smoking on Blue Dream. Okay. Why didn't you go live, Shot Cam? Like, were you just tired? You know what I mean? Like, did you just not feel like it or whatever? And then, like, I don't know what's happening with this Lolo thing. Why is this becoming content? Like, are they trying to put Lolo? Well, she's on the board, so I don't know what the problem is. Like, I don't know what it is. Are they trying to help her, like, get some monies or something? Like, why is these conversations happening? Why do they really care? I'm trying to get, like, what is the big hoopla about her engaging with ZX? Her engagement with ZX is no different than how she engaged with Lemon. Or any of these other motherfuckers who talk to her crazy. And that's for male and female alike. Like, she's been, like, I feel like with Lolo, it's the same old two-step. It is the same old two-step. None, like, And I'm surprised, like, in this situation, even though I'm talking about Lolo, I got to thinking about R&Y and Envy. And I do like R&Y. Like, I don't dislike her, but I don't understand her sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And she's like dismissive and sweeping up things underneath the the carpet type of situation when it comes to Envy. But I do understand that there's some women that will kind of like they're going to be protective. Though she tries to present as if, you know what I'm saying, that she's gotten on his top and she, she's like, kind of in control of things. I don't see that. I really don't see that. But it'll be interesting to see how things play out with her and Envy over time, because Envy is always going to be Envy, and Envy is always going to lie. That's number one. He's going to be kicking up shit and then trying to cover it up. That's number two. And eventually he's going to use somebody for an scapegoat. That's number three. And eventually she's going to become his scapegoat. And I think right now she is. Because he kind of hides behind the part of R&Y that people see that as like, you could talk to her. She seemingly seems reasonable. She seems intelligent enough, and all this other stuff. But that is the mask, right? That is the mask that he needs so that he can continue with his bullshit. Now, I don't know why Brenda called him creepy, because he could have said something creepy. He could have said something creepy to her. So I really don't know, because I don't keep up with Brenda like that. I don't watch her or anything like that. And it's not me taking a dig at Brenda, because, I have and I will if I wanted to. But just on a realistic level, like and even on a woman level, right? When a woman is saying that a man is creepy, that's saying a lot. And it's usually weighted in something and backed by something. So, like, why did she call him creepy? Did he make a pass at her? Because we do know Envy is not above that. He was coming at NY because he was wanting to flirt with NY. That girl NY. The reason why he went through that whole calling himself trying to dox NY and coming up with these mythical peoples and shit and tapping into other motherfuckers who, these niggas were lovelorn. And that is the fucking truth. A few guys were liking NY and they were flirting with her and all the things in between. And then the shit just went south. Maybe she didn't give them exactly what they wanted. Whatever the fuck it was problematic. And then you got to see the petulant child come out. The pettiness. You know what I'm saying? The whole, I'm going to drag you and talk about you like a piece of shit, and I'm going to make you out to be this and that. And and it's typical of the history of quite a few men. It damn near reminded me of the Salem witch trials. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, you're gonna brand her? You're gonna tie her up to a stake or something? You're gonna burn her at the stake? What are you gonna do? You want to do this because she didn't flirt with you strong enough? Or she, curbed your advances altogether? Like, what happened? What happened? So yeah, they always find them one. Those type of niggas always find them one. Hey, Black Pearl, peace in the LBC. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. What Ronnie actually said was Envy recorded misunderstood. Wait, what Ronnie actually said was Envy recorded misunderstood while she was on drugs. Freaking out. And live streamed it on YouTube. Yes, he fucking did. That's why that's what Envy's real issue with Ronnie is. Okay. Not Envy and R&Y are not being clear and upfront about what their issue with Ronnie is. That is the issue. And I mean, R&Y cannot change the past. She cannot change the shit that Envy has done. Again, when I was looking at my videos last night, I saw a lot of shit. If I was to put this shit out on blast, R&Y, could you refute it? Could you refute his conduct? Could you refute his fucking lies? Could you refute any of the things that he said? Like, you're not going to be able to change that. What he did. And I think you're more than aware of what he did, because were you not MU's mod? And I'm just not out here championing for MU, because I have talked about her ass plenty of fucking times. And MU, if I ever find that fucking live bitch, so his way back down memory lane when your ass was high as a fucking kite, carving down that fucking pizza, looking like a sweaty pig, I'm gonna put the shit out here. But anyways, but that's what he did to her. She was in it. She looked like she was like on the, like on The Exorcist, how that girl was contorting on the bed and like her head was just like going all over the fucking place and swiveling and shit. It's swiveling and swirling. That's what MU looked like. And I was literally looking at this shit. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with her? Like, I was like, what is going on? And did he try to help her through her crisis like a gentleman would do? Did he try to make sure that she made it through her situation like a gentleman would have done? Did he look to seek to help her in any kind of way like a gentleman would have done? No. This nigga went live and started showing everybody. Then he framed it as he was scared and he didn't know what was going on and he didn't want, nothing to be put on him. Well, nigga, you could have went and got a neighbor for that, or even your fucking roommate. It's my understanding that you have a roommate. You didn't have to go live and embarrass her. And I have a problem, and this is from a religious standpoint, right? And I'm speaking to RNY right now when I say this. You should have a problem with a man that wants to uncover a woman's nakedness. Like he wants to uncover her body. Why don't you have a problem with that? Because he wanted to uncover her, right? Or show her in her nakedness. I mean, what kind of stand-up nigga do that? So when we out here espousing certain things for some of us who, are religious, if you will, or spiritual, whatever, and you speak from that way, RNY. You speak from the space of, a woman who's, Holy Ghost filled or whatever the fuck, but not above reproach. So I'm not going to get it twisted. You don't come like it doesn't seem like you seemingly come from like a space of being above reproach. But you know that that's not righteous in any kind of way. So you're with a man who's not a righteous man. He's not a righteous man. So, whatever. Who invites someone over to their home and feeds them frozen pizzas and bad drugs? Why does Envy never travel to these women? And he had admitted that he was doing drugs that night too. Talking about everyone does a bump sometimes. Look at Melanie. He did say that shit. Man, all kinds of stuff. Rico got sent home by a dude and fell asleep on the train. Oh, Lord. Was the dude who gave him G named Envy asking for a friend? I don't know. Hey, last call. Peace in the LBC. I don't know about that. But I do know, I think it was TMO because I was up in TMO Skybox. And she was talking about apparently, I think Brian and Brian, Castro, and Tommy. I think Tommy, but and I'm like, they were talking about somebody having like a bad drug outbreak or something like, I don't know. Yeah, so I was like, who is on drugs? You know what I'm saying? Shit. Religious zealots tend to try to change the historical past and distort the past. Facts. That's why I be calling them fucking crusaders. Shit. Christian crusaders, Cape crusaders, just fucking crusading. They be out here crusading. I don't need a whole bunch of words for these niggas. I'll just say a couple of, here come the crusader. Crusader. One word. Who invites someone over to their home? Okay, I've read that. She was content to envy, nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, he was on a clout chase. He is one of the dudes. It was a few of them. It was a couple of them. And surprisingly enough, it looks like they're all like kind of friends. The dynamic of them. They don't seem to, go against each other or anything like that. And yeah. It was a couple of them that were on a clout chase. And the primary people they were using was MU and Tracy. It was those two broads they were using the most. Now, they'll use the other broads as well. And they really couldn't wait to when Pizarro opened up her panel. Like when the niggas were allowed to hit the panel. And you kind of have to know the history of these people, right? Like, because some of them were coming around, like some of them they don't really know like that. Maybe whispers of their names faintly in passing and type of shit. But they really don't know the history. And every person has a history per their sector or per the first place they touched down and all that stuff. And the engagements they had. But there's a few of these Negroes, and their primary claim to fame or the way they got known in the beef sector was through using a few of the beef sector girls. They plotted on them. It was a straight up plot. And they've been successful, I would say. I mean, it took some of them a little longer than others, but they were successful. And when one scheme didn't work, they jumped to another fucking scheme and plot and plan. They've been busy with it. Hey, Brown Beauty, peace in the LBC. What's going on with you? Like Shame and the Scandal, she know. Shame and the Scandal, no. She been around for a long time. A long fucking time. And she done seen all the shits. She done seen more shit than I've seen. And we definitely know what time it is. But it is the messenger, right? Because the words are coming out my mouth. But Sincere said it. It must not be real. Only in Bizarro land. In my real world, if I say a fucking thing, everybody knows it's real. They don't even have to fucking question it. But we are in Bizarro land, where bitches who ain't shit have been elevated to something of some kind of standard. We got hoes that like to eat their skin. Bitches out here that look like, they want to sit on beds all fucking day and shit. Hoes that be scheming and scamming and all kinds of stuff. Bitches who need to be on psych meds, all kinds of shit. It's the best thing since sliced bread. But anybody who's really worth something, them bitches ain't shit. Fuck that bitch. I can't stand that bitch. This is a sorry ass hoe. Then they make that person, she's a liar. She's a this, she's a that. Oh, okay. Okay. But only in Bizarro land. Only the fuck in Bizarro land. So this is the right place for the nut jobs to be real and to fucking get real. This is the only place they'll ever amount to something. The only fucking place. Because in their real life, though they say they're married and all these things, there's no husbands to be found. Ain't no man in his right mind gonna wake up in the middle of night and not roll over to his woman. That body he not laying down. Where's my woman? Where is my woman? He's not gonna want to hear all that fucking shit all night fucking long. You clicking and clacking and running your fucking mouth like a 1959 transistor radio. I can do this shit because I don't have no nigga in my bed. But let there be a nigga in my bed, right? Let there be one tomorrow or whenever the fuck I choose. I won't be on here. See how that go? But this is what you bitches who claim to be married and all the things and but only in Bizarro land. Only in fucking Bizarro land. Well, this should be going the way it's going. Like what? Some of the stuff don't make any sense. The things that you guys put out, that you women folk put out and stuff like that. I think a lot of you guys are disenchanted with life. You're disenchanted with life. And life is not enchanted with you. Hey, Sec Passe, peace in the LBC. Life is not enchanted with them bitches, okay, Sec Passe? At all. Life be looking at them hoes and roll their eyes and then be telling Karma to come over here and mollywop them hoes upside their head. So let life and karma come together. You know what I'm saying? You want to see a real tag team, bitch? Let life and karma come together. And play them reindeer games that you try to play on other people on your funky ass. And see how it goes. Don't cry now. Don't cry when it happens. Okay, broadcasting psychosis, trauma, and other low vibrational frequencies is a necessary evil of social engineering. Facts on facts on facts. YouTube was sold out, censored during the pandemic. Medical misinformation, my arse. Man, them broads, all them, like when the pandemic happened. Now, I wasn't sitting up in no house during the pandemic. I was getting in bags and getting to a fucking bag. Do you understand? So I didn't have all that motherfucking free time sitting in a fucking house and, you know what I'm saying, and twiddling my thumbs, and everybody around me was getting on my fucking nerves. But some people had that situation go down. And also they got to see how much they were loved in their household. And some of them found out that they weren't loved at all. And they needed an outlet. And they needed a persona. And they needed an image. And then they brought it. And they were being flirted with, right? And talked to and all that other fucking shit. Like, you know, somebody was blowing smoke up their ass. And turning them into helium balloons. And some of them bought the fucking hype. A nigga sold them a dream and they bought the fucking dream. And they jumped their ass into reality with these fools. And then they became content because wasn't nobody holding their motherfucking business to themselves. Niggas was out here yapping. Bitches was out here yapping. Everybody was attacking each other. And you suck my dick. I don't think a nigga would sound like that. You suck my dick, bitch. And then maybe she did say you suck my dick. Maybe they was out here with dildos, shoving dildos down niggas' mouths, because some of them act real yag. Yeah, that probably happened. I made you suck my dick, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Probably, I could do that voice too. But they came out here and they got to spilling all the damn beans on each other. That's what happened. Reading is dead. The one good thing about the pandemic was that people started reading again. No, all they was reading was online. That's about it. Maybe somebody's title. They kept people overworked and stressed out. No. One has the energy to read. Digital tablets have replaced pens and paper. That is facts. Not man, what? It's like Pastor said, what you talk about? And now AI is there to do all the research and thinking for the youth. What interesting times we live in. Well, you know what I'm saying? It's the age of information. It's the age of technology and the alpha generation, right? And shit, that's a hell of a name for that generation. Alpha generation. The alphas. Alpha and Omega. Well, anyways, I had a thought, but I'd just rather not go there about it right now. But the point is that we are heading into the real fucking Star Trek, Star Wars, Pluto Nash. For those of you who have ever seen Eddie Murphy's movie Pluto Nash, we're about to go into that realm of fucking things. It's about to be a change. Technology, AI, all these things. It's a whole new world. And for some of you motherfuckers who are old enough, it's the fucking Jetsons and not the Flintstones. This is the Jetsons. And it's about to happen. And so you better get with it. Learn you something. Hone you a craft. Find a niche within the niche. And one thing that's not going to change is the hustle. Is new age hustling happening right now. They're hustling with the crypto. They playing games with these accounts and shit. They got all kinds of hustles going down left and right. Shit, they will still call a motherfucker's telephone and scam them about their money. Click a link, send you emails, forge through your shit. The hustle is real. So Alibaba and the 40 Thieves and the Pirates of Penzance, all them bitches are still out. Don't never think they're going to go away. But you better get with the program because things have changed. Things are shifting. They are fucking shifting and very quickly. AI really about to take over, but I wonder if it will be sustainable. I think so. I think AI will be sustainable because people are lazy. It's not like the days of old where like our grandparents and our parents worked really hard. Like when we think about it, right, a lot of our parents and grandparents, they come off the cusp of their grandparents being sharecroppers and slaves, freed slaves, right? Not too many generations removed. So we're talking about people who have to really pull themselves up by the bootstraps. They worked all day and night. And they fought for things, right? For us to have things. Especially as Black Americans, they fought for us to have, just liberties, civil liberties, right? We're still dealing with human liberties, but civil liberties. And so it was a different mindset, a different effort, a different technique. these generations, like the people are lazy. They think things are just, given to them, like they don't have to fight for anything. It's just here, I have the right. Well, motherfuckers fought for that right. And now you're disrespecting the ancestors with the way you acting and how you treating each other. So, again, don't let life and karma come together and whoop your ass, because it will. Bitches of Eastwick. You get cauldron, stirring assholes. Don't let life and karma, and above all, don't let God come in and fuck you up playing around. Because there's a lot of disrespect out here to the ancestors, a lot of disrespect to each other, to people who had to fight for fucking everything. And then you niggas come out here talking crazy and acting disrespectful towards one another and doing weird ass things. Just weird, but they weird. Brown versus Board of Education, 1955, is 2026, and education is longer separate. No longer, it is longer separate, but still also not. What are you saying? Not usually. Wait, I think I'm reading this wrong. Am I reading this wrong? Equal. Okay. What the fuck? Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me! I do agree about the lazy part. Now, with technology, the less you have to do, the more people will want to use it, used to it. Yeah. Because look, AI, you don't really have to think. You just kind of put in what you want to say. Okay, let me just say this. You do have to think if you're being creative, right? Because you have to have prompts. But for just everyday menial things, right? You could just type into AI. You know what I'm saying? Something very simple. They'll write your fucking thesis. Okay? Do your fucking homework. Your calculations. You could literally probably just put in whatever and say, hey, do this for me. I got to turn it in tomorrow. That's it. Upload a couple of documents and see what the fuck Chat GPT and Google Gemini and what's that other one called? Oh, what's the other one? I can't think of the other one right now. Damn it. I can't think of it. But it's the other one. Just see what it does for you. Mm-hmm. Yep, the bitches of Eastwick, Dr. Soapy. They be around their little fucking cauldrons, you know what I'm saying? And throwing in all kinds of shit. I'm gonna throw in a dox. I'm gonna throw in a fucking lie. I'm gonna throw in some hating ass hoes. I'm gonna throw in my emotional outbursts. I'm gonna throw in my jealousy. And they just stirring them pots. They're just stirring and stirring and stirring. I'm like, oh, what you making you a brew? Then make yourself a brew then, bitch. If they replace all the jobs with AI, who's going to buy the products? The fatal flaw of AI, that there's no return on revenue. Think so? If they replace all of the jobs with AI, who's going to buy the products? People still have to eat. If you have a grocery full of robots and shit, like, look, self-checkout, that is like the beginning, right? The beginning. And it reminds me of the movie Terminator, where they had like the older fucking, robots, or but the beginning of technology, right? They talked about the old computers and, the old electronics. They had and served their purpose for the new generation. So you being self-check, you self-check all the time. Boop, 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 boop. What is it? It's nothing. Over there in China, they got all kinds of shit popping off right now. You go in their store, you don't even have to talk to fucking nobody. Prepare all your food right there. And you don't have to, they got all kinds of shit. So I feel like when it comes to the US, we are not as advanced as Asia in technology, right? But we're trying to get into the technology race, if you will. But it's nothing to have a whole store full of groceries and then nothing but rows and rows of self checkouts, right? Or now manned by a fucking robot that can talk to you and say, "How can I help you? Let me find out why it's this price and that price. Oh, we will give you for this price. You're welcome." Boop, boop, boop. It's Terminator. I should watch that movie again. I'm making a list of movies I need to watch. Like, I think I'm gonna put Terminator on my list. Just watch it for the one time. And Pluto Nash. Even though it was kind of cheesy, Pluto Nash was, with Eddie Murphy, but you have a good cheesy movie up in there. You know. Certain things, okay, I wrote it. Dr. Soapy, these mass layoffs are disproportionately affecting HS-1B visa holders. Oh, wow. Mostly Indians. The classism and racist hiring practices of these companies came back to bite. Facts. Racism, look, the United States of America was based in racism and capitalism. Racism and capitalism go hand in hand. They have to have a slave class. And let me tell you something. These white people, they don't mind offing their own people. Matter of fact, what their people haven't figured out, and which they should have figured out a long time ago, but the world can see, is their pawns. They created this construct, right, of one group of people hating another group of people for a reason. It's a sleight of hand. So while you over here to the left, all kinds of shit is happening on the right. Or whenever you're to the right, all kinds of shit is happening on the left. But if they can have the people fighting each other, right? And thinking that one is better than the other or more deserving than the other, and then they're spewing laws, right? Because they graft it into the laws and the ordinances and all the things in between. They write that shit in, so now you have a weapon, a tool to fight with. But you're fighting each other. They don't give a fuck. These elitist white people, they don't give a fuck about their own people. Like, do you always think in your mind, like, oh, they don't care about black people? Well, true enough, but they do not care about poor white people. Never get it fucking twisted. Never fucking get it twisted. We have these conversations and we say, oh, they thought they were going to get the black people with this shit. You don't think these fools know what DEI really was for and who it really helped? That is the fucking trick right there. Like, you have to understand. You don't think that the politicians and elites, that they didn't realize that most people on welfare are white women on food stamps? You don't think they knew that? Poor white women. Like, the isms are in play. Classism, capitalism, racism. You just got to know which one is being played at what time and why it's being played that way. They don't give a fuck about, they don't care about the poor in truth, but they have to have a slave class. They got to have a slave class. That might be your black ass. Okay? That's how that go. But anyways, enough of that. I get to talking and stuff. Hey, P, peace in the LBC. What you doing up? Oh, I feel really, really good today. Like I have a few people here rolling with me tonight. Okay. It's a psychological tactic. Mm-hmm. True. True. Dr. Slovis said true. Just gotta have eyes to see and ears to hear. And wisdom calls out. Wisdom calls out and nobody listens. Wisdom be calling out all the time, but nobody wants to listen. A lot of these Indian engineers I worked with were very elitist towards me, and they were ironically darker than me. Yeah, it's that caste system they come from. Now they have master degrees, no visa, and no job. Damn shame. All they want to do is send that money back home anyways. And I look at there's quite a few foreign people who have came over here, foreigners, and they've gotten like these really good, loans, right? Even student loans, if they did have any students, but most of them got educated for free, right? For the most part, right? And then they get loans for their businesses and all this stuff, and they're really good at creating shell companies where they'll make all these different businesses and they'll funnel money and run money from one business to another. Because they'll go over there and they'll give them the business loan and they'll have them fucking register with the Secretary of State. They'll do all the fucking things and they'll be like, here you go. They know that they can use this system. This shit is not going to happen like that for them in their country. That's why they come here. It's a free for all. It's a fucking free for all. And they will create all these shell companies. They will create all these fucking companies, right? And it might be the same one and they'll flip the name between them and their little partners and mostly family. And they're funneling money through all these different, ventures. So then they'll be over here. They'll owe some money. Maybe they didn't pay their people, all kinds of shit, right? And then they'll disappear. But they have flipped to a different name or to another company because they have multiple companies going at one time. They could be doing some shiesty ass fucking shit. I'm trying to tell you. Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. Don't never get it twisted about that. Don't never get it twisted by the hustle. But me, truthfully, I can't knock a hustle. I just be like, fuck, that's a cold ass game you putting down. A cold ass game that equals to millions. While your black ass is out here just trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? How they say, fair to middling, like the old schools would say. How you doing? Fair to middling. Fair to middling. That's a hell of a thing to say to a person. But they ain't fair to middling. No, they big timing. They big timing. Okay? I ain't going with this black ABD brown union narrative. They forgot that they were never gonna be white. They found out they got their black card. They've got their black card. Hey, Irby, peace in the LBC. How you doing this morning? We're into Saturday morning now. Some of you guys were already there. I got some things to do later on today, so I probably should get some sleep. That outsourcing is coming to an end. These Nigerians allegedly. The Arabs dominate even the most urban areas here because they own all the gas stations. Siphoning all the money out of the black community to build their own communities. Exactly. That's exactly what's going down. And they don't give a fuck if that motherfucker goes belly up or not. Because they already have another couple of businesses going. And they'll write it off some type of way, like they'll write it off, right? Change the fucking name of it, revamp the whole fucking thing, and still get money off of it. Which one? I forgot his name. I don't know why I can't think of any names tonight because I'm tired. But Michael Francini. He was the mob boss that went to jail because he was getting all that money through the state and stuff because they had the gas stations and he was getting all that money off the oil. That was his hustle. That was a smart ass fucking hustle. The government was basically paying you and you was getting all that written off, and you know what I'm saying? He was getting millions of dollars off that shit. It was the gas hustle. That's big pimping, big hustling. Not no little, nickel and dime bullshit. These niggas be out here nickel and diming, okay? And stepping fetching for a goddamn Klondike bar. I didn't think I ever seen a broke Arab or Indian person. They be owning a few spots or be the plug. Facts. Okay. It's a desperate reality from what is shown on the news regarding Israel, Iran, etc. Muslim white Arabs do very well here in America for the most part. That's why they come here. Because they're going to use everything that we fought for. Right? Everything, every civil liberty that we fought for. That you won't discriminate against us. That we'll get fair pay. You know what I'm saying? Work equality. All those things. Man, benefit the black people. We fought for it and got fucked. Fought for it and got fucked. So they should never tell us anything, though, if I'm talking about black Americans, about pulling our fucking, you would say, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Bitch, we've been doing that. They come from a long line of people who've been doing that. They crazy. He was working with Russians, Michael. Shakim, the same in my community. Them Arabs got all the gas stations and vape shops. Yep. And they getting government monies behind it too. They definitely doing that. But look, y'all, I gotta go. I gotta get in here, finish my cooking and stuff. And I am tired too. I don't know why I started cooking late like that, like a damn fucking idiot. What is wrong with me, y'all? But also I gotta get up because I have some things I have to do tomorrow. Gotta meet with some people and talk business. Talk a little business, Yeah. But I don't know, Shakim, if you're gonna go live or anybody gonna go live. But if you don't, then check my wall out. If you want to know a little history about the Lemon Saga, if you will, it's interesting, right? And then go down my lives. Go to the very end, and there's some new lives out there, and you'll get to see some interesting things. Some things that you're just gonna be like, Sincere don't gotta lie about a fucking thing. And many people have came through my channel. Many people have sat for, and I'm not saying just one time after time after time, and became known over here, right? Many of things popped off over here. Most of the things actually happened here, Highlander country first. Lots of information. You'll get to see the entrance of some people and the reason of some things too. So anyways, I think it'll be interesting little thing. It'll be interesting for some of you guys. Thank you for being here. Happy born day. Today's Big Wig's birthday? Wait a minute. What? I missed that too? God dang, I'm missing everything. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I didn't know it was his birthday. How did I miss that? I'm sorry. Apologies, Big Rigs. Apologies. You a Taurus for real. I be cooking late also at times. Yeah. I put a whole chicken, okay? A whole chicken in the oven. And I'm going to make some baked beans. And I've already got my stuff together for my potato salad because I already cooked my potatoes and and my eggs. And I'm actually just making a meal. I'm making a meal. in the middle of the night or early in the morning. No, he is a Gemini. Wait a minute, where are we at? Oh, he's a Gemini. Oh, he's a Gemini. We're on what's today? The 23rd? It's the 23rd. It's the 23rd, right? So he is a Gemini. Oh, wow. I've known some cool made Geminis though, too. I ain't gonna even fucking lie. One of my best friends was a Gemini, a made Gemini. And I don't know, I was off of my dates, but she passed away. She passed away young. You guys would have liked her. She was cool as ice water. Cool as she was a fucking fool. She was a fucking fool. But shout out to those who passed and the ancestors, and thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. I really do. Let me get to my let me finish doing what I'm doing. I'll probably go over here and watch Candace Owens' ass. I don't know why I can't stop watching this crazy asshole. Let me tell you something. I don't know what it is about Candace and the shit this bitch is putting down, but this is like unbelievable. It's unfucking believable. But she is rising the fuck up from this shit. Like, she is rising the hell up like a phoenix out the ashes. I'm like, bitch, you cannot make this shit up. But it says a lot about society. It really does. The more I watch certain things, our own people, black people, I'm just like, I don't know these niggas. Don't trust them new niggas over there with their new nigga nostrils in the air. This is a new age of shit. And but I ain't gonna be caught slipping. I'm not gonna be caught slipping with these motherfuckers at all. I'm gonna watch your ass, pay a fucking attention, and know your kind at all times. What Candace do now? She been fighting with them fucking TPU people. She didn't have fucking what is the Bush, the one that was on coke? She had his ass over there interviewing him the other day, and it looks like they might end up being friends. And I think the nigga's still on it, or that dope did him really bad, because it's like his eye. Look, you just gotta see it. Because tell me, just y'all ain't gotta watch the whole thing, but just go over there and tell me if it don't seem like that nigga's still on crack. Like the Bush boy. What was his first name again? I keep forgetting his name. But the one that was on, the son, the one that was on crack. Go to Candace and look at her fucking live. She did an interview. She interviewed that fool, and tell me if he don't look like he's still, on a crack attack or something. It's been comedy. It's been comical, but it's weird how certain people are shifting and aligning, and it's just, it's something. It's something to fucking see. And then the more black commentators that are coming out, and their thought processes, right? Yeah, Hunter, that's his name, Hunter Biden. I'm just amazed. That's been more interesting than all this other shit. It really has. But anyways, let me get up out of here, y'all. And thank y'all for being here. And I appreciate it. And thank you guys all for the super chats, And let me see. Black Strawberry gave me $4.99. Leslie Granville gave me $5. Shock Kim Raw gave me $4.99. And Dr. Soapy gave me $5. I did good. Man, how's that for something? For a person who, I'm saying, is insignificant and don't have much. Nobody gets a her channel. A lot of people don't have to come to my channel. I got stomped down people, good people that come through here. People who I enjoy their company and they enjoy mine. Y'all need to start getting around some real people. You bitches that be in a skybox, and you motherfuckers who be keeping up shit. You need some joy in your life and some happiness, and you need to get around some real and grounded people and stop being so fucking sorry. Just sorry. It's almost 4 a.m. Yikes. Oh yeah. Let me get up out of here. All right. Bye y'all. Let me find my outro. I never could find my damn outro. Lord Father. Okay, I found it. Bye y'all.